how's it going out there today, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Cash, and this is Weekly Recap. What is Weekly Recap? I'm going to go over my week of operating a semi-truck in the United States for 1 week or less, and I'm going to talk about why I did the runs I did, the reason I did the runs I did, how it all worked out, how it all shaped out. Go over the variable cost. At the end, you will hear me say this is the money left to do what I have to do with. That's where you would pay yourself, or this is where I would pay myself, my taxes, my, truck payment, truck insurance, all that fun stuff. So don't forget about that stuff. I just don't include it because it does no good because everybody's is so different. You'd have to plug those numbers in on your own. I'm leased to an 80-20 split carrier. I don't talk about the carrier. It does not benefit me any. If you would like similar numbers to this, find yourself an 80-20 split refrigerated carrier or just a good, carrier in general. It doesn't have to be 80-20 split. You can do anything you want to do on a split. I will tell you this, though. Don't get hung up on the percentage because it's about what you get for the money. It's not about the percentage, okay? I'm just saying. A good company is worth every bit of the money you have to share with them to make their company profitable and your company profitable. And that's how I see that. Okay. Now, I did 2 loads this particular week, and this is a 5-day week. I went down to Georgia, straight back to Minnesota. I had something I had to be home for, and I got home with like a strong 5-day period there, and it was over a weekend, and I said, why not go churn and burn considering I'm going to have to be off, but, and I don't want to lose out on revenue for 5 days if I'm already going to be off for 2 or 3 planned days, and that makes a week, whatever. I don't want to lose out on that much revenue if I don't have to. So this week is from mid-June 2024. Still behind on these. That's when the runs are from, just letting you know. So I grabbed a load. I was went home, delivered. And I don't know if I actually went home for the night. I think I just delivered and immediately went and reloaded this, is how this worked. So I came out. I did, like I say, I try to go Minnesota out and back, and this load pretty similar, except it's Wisconsin to Georgia. Okay. I went over into Wisconsin, not far, just over into Wisconsin. Got a load going down to Atlanta. And when I say down to Atlanta, I don't mean Douglasville. I don't mean McDonough. I mean downtown Atlanta. Like this thing was going right over by where the Mercedes-Benz football stadium is. I was over in that area. Really nice place to deliver to. I would not mind doing this run again because you can slide in there the night before when the traffic is pretty light, and they'll let you park over there. So I appreciate that. And quick unload, boom, we're out. And then so that load was Wisconsin to Georgia. 158 empty miles to go get this load. 1,000 on the dot loaded. I remember when I punched that in on the GPS, it was like 999, and I was like, that's a moral victory for me. Every time I load a load, normally I go more than 1,000 miles per load, and so whenever the GPS drops below 1,000, I'm like, yeah, moral victory, So this one was 999 on the GPS to start with, so I was like, that's a good omen. And it was a good load. It was 41,000 pounds. It was 34 degrees. And nice little run from Wisconsin straight on down to Georgia. $3,000 they was paying on that load. It is what it is. Much rather get a better rate than that, but that's an even $3 a mile, so you can't complain too much. You kind of got to take what you can get in this market. So, I remember when I was like throwing rocks at $4 a mile out of Minnesota. The good old days, right? The good old days. I don't see them coming back anytime soon. So this is where we're at. So then I got down to Georgia. I did Old Trusty. Old Trusty went up to Gainesville and got me a chicken load. Oh, man. I said I'm never going to do a chicken load again. Y'all remember that video? I need to go back and find that and put that clip up of me saying, I'm never going to do a chicken load ever again, these doggone chicken loads. Because let me just tell you right now, To me, chicken loads are the worst. Okay? They want a clean trailer, but yet they leave it in the worst shape. They want you there on time, but then they take 5 days to load. Chicken load. All right? Now, I said I wasn't going to do any more chicken loads. And since then, I've probably done more chicken loads than any else thing on the market. Okay, the you'll see in the coming weeks of my weekly recaps, there's going to be so many chicken loads. There was one point in there where 4 of the 6 loads, my previous loads going back, 4 of the 6 were chicken. I swear to God. So when I said I would never do any more chicken loads, I take that back. I want all the chicken loads I can do. But what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to hang out with beautiful women. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to win the lottery. I don't want to do that no more. I don't want to win the lottery and hang out with beautiful people. Wink, wink. All right, now that I just set those wheels into motion, I don't know, maybe that's the way that works. I don't know. But anyway, chicken loads. Woo, that's all that's coming out of Georgia in my world these days. And that's crazy because I like going to Georgia. That's a run I like. I'm familiar with all that down in there. You know, I grew up in Tennessee. I got more miles. I got more miles trucking Mont Eagle Mountain backwards than you got watching weekly recaps going down the road. Come on, anybody? But anyway, all right, Georgia load coming back to Minnesota, straight shot. Had to get home. Didn't want to play around. Just said, give me that chicken and let's go. And that's what we did. Georgia to Minnesota, 54 empty miles from downtown hot Atlanta up to Gainesville. 1190 loaded miles on that joker. Total 1,244 miles. That was 40,000 pounds of Georgia's finest. 25 degrees they wanted that load ran at, and that load paid $2,200. Yes, sir, $2,200. I don't know. You need to get home. You take what you can get. That's kind of been our rate out of Georgia on chickens for the price. I'd say for the past year and a half, 2 years now. That's kind of been the rate back to Minnesota's $2,200 on a loaded chicken. It's just what it is. I mean, I ain't crazy about it, but hey, it's what it is. If you want to go to Georgia, you're probably going to pull a chicken load out of there. It's the facts, okay? Now, keep in mind, this was a 5-day week. I don't know if I said that again, but or said that before, but it was a 5-day week. It was, a weekend run down to Georgia, reload Georgia, back to the house when I needed to be there. The only problem with it was I kind of ran a little late getting home that day because I had to go get a trailer wash out because I was hauling chicken. Okay. Always get your trailer washed out if you're hauling chicken. Just saying. It's nasty. Try to get it done. Now, if you're hauling sandwich meat chicken or something, I get it. I hauled a load of that the other day. To me, I don't know if you'll wash it out after a load of sandwich meat. It's cooked. It's already, it's ready to eat. Now, this chicken I get out of Georgia, this is them bulk chickens. That's them big 4x4x4. They call them Gaylord boxes is what I've always heard them called. A big stand-up box. They line it with plastic. They dump a bunch of chicken and brine in there, and then they put a piece of plastic over it and put a big rubber band around it. It's not leak-proof. Gets all over everything. You hit the brakes one time, and you got chicken pouring out the drain holes. Garody-son, which reminds me, I got to put some plugs in those front drain holes. It can all drain out the back, because it drains out these front drain holes. It gets all over my tires and just, but it is what it is. Chicken loads. Am I right? But anyway, that's the week. $5,200 revenue for the week. Not great revenue, but it is what it is. I actually consider this to be pretty good because it being a 5-day week, I'm like, that's $1,000 a day revenue. And I know everything out there right now on the YouTube's about daily rate, okay? The hell with with rate per mile. The hell with the rate on these nuts. All right, we're talking rate per day, boys. That's all that matters. And I did good on this week according to that. Now, rate per mile, we'll catch up with that in a second. $5,200 for the week, my 80%. Now that $5,200, that's everything. That's what me and my carrier made together. Okay. I know a lot of people get their ass hairs twisted up and braided up whenever I say gross revenue. Well, it is gross. It's what me and my carrier made together, $5,200. Now, I'm not trying to sit here and make some illusion that that's my money. Like I get to take that 5,200 to the strip club and, you know, throw it all over charity. You know what I'm saying? That smoking hot little redhead. You know the one. But anyway, 5,200 is what me and my carrier made together. Because if I wasn't there, they wouldn't have made it. And if they weren't there, I wouldn't have made it. So 5,200 together. My 80% of that is $4,160. Yes, yes. Let's talk about this all miles. 2,402 all miles, 212 empty miles, 2,190 miles loaded. I didn't do the math on that, but I can tell you just by looking at it, that's real close to probably like 9%. So average week of deadhead. This is a very average week, you know. Honestly, I could probably do this every single week if I wanted to. To me, that 5 days is nice, but I would rather just run more, stay home a few more days. You know, it's just the way I like to do it. But let's talk about the rate per mile now. 216 all miles, $1.73 my 80%. Not great. Not great. 237 a loaded mile. Surviving in this market. That's what it's all about. Let's go over to veritable cost. Diesel. I need diesel. $1,025 on diesel. $166 on reefer fuel. $44 on DEF fluids. $14 on scales. I did scale that load going down. I've got where I don't really scale the chicken loads because they load very consistently. And I just put them tandems right up there under the back part of the load. Gone. So $10 in tolls for the week. It brings the veritable cost to $1,259. So we'll bring over that $4,160, my 80%, my company's 80%, not really mine, my company's 80%, not my carrier, my company, okay? I'm leased to a carrier, I run a company, okay? So $4,160, my company's 80%, subtract the $1,259 in variable cost. It is $2,901. I put $400 of that to the maintenance account, leaving me $2,501 left to do what I have to do with. Not a great week in my opinion. Pretty base numbers, pretty base level stuff here. You know, it is what it is. When you decide to stay out for the weekend at the last minute, you kind of got to take what you can get. And then for me, having to be back, like leaving out on a Friday and having to be back the following Tuesday, Wednesday morning at the latest, that makes for a you take what you can get type week. It's okay. We made money for the week. It was better than losing money for that. You know, instead of paying my salary, my truck insurance, my truck payment, instead of paying all that out of savings, you know, it basically got paid on a break-even week here. So we'll live with it, especially considering it's a 5-day week. I'm okay with this. I don't know. I'm not trying to justify it to you. I'm just saying, to me, these type of weeks are okay occasionally. I don't want it every week. You know, you'll hear some good weeks coming up. I got a banger coming on the next weekly recap, so make sure you subscribe and ring the bell for that. I'd much appreciate it. I think that's it, folks. I'm out of here. Take care of each other out there. Remember, people are more important than trucking, and I appreciate you watching. Hi, I want to talk to you real quick about the ES Advantage card. Do you need discounts at major truck stop chains? They got them. Do you need discount on shop rates at TA and Love's? They got them. Tire discounts. They even got health insurance now. Click the link down below. Easy application, no credit check. Sign up. They give you a call back They'll take all your information and you'll be in the network.